Welcome to Watch It or Don't. This is our first classic movie review. I'm Matt, this is Dan, and this is Tom. So today we'll be talking about Night of the Hunter from 1955, directed by Charles Laughton, who you might know from Mutiny on the Bounty, famous actor. This is the only movie he's ever directed, and it was just such a hassle and he got beat down for it. But that being said, it is a good movie. So we watched it recently, and we wanted to tell you guys that you should probably watch it.
Yeah,
I think we're all in agreement.
It's on the Criterion Collection.
It is, so you can pick that up.
Yeah, if you have, I think is it Amazon Prime or Hulu Plus has Criterion on there.
Hulu Plus has Criterion, and that'll be on there.
That'll be on there.
I think I forgot to mention that Robert Mitchum, who if you love westerns, because this is a western thriller type movie, and
I wouldn't say western. It's
got a little bit of noir in it, especially with the style.
Film noir set in Louisiana,
right? Yeah, but you're not wrong for saying thriller.
Thriller. I wouldn't say western.
Okay, well, he wears a cowboy hat, and it's Robert Mitchum, so that's why I called it that. But this movie you might recognize. It's got a famous thing that you'll see in other movies. Love and hate being written on the knuckles, that comes from this movie, and it plays an important part in the movie. It's actually Robert Mitchum's fists that have it.
Yeah, so Robert Mitchum plays this priest or pastor who he comes into this family who he marries into this family, and he
is a killer. We do know that, so he's not a good priest.
No, he's pretty messed up. He's pretty scary. Yep. And this family, the previous husband had stolen some money, gave it to his kids to hide, and then this preacher comes in to marry the wife and ultimately find this money.
And they had met in jail, and that's how he actually found out about the money.
So that's why he went to this family to begin with. So it's just a whole him trying to get the money and the kids trying to get away.
And the thing about his character is that he is just such a good schmoozer that, he's going with these the people in the town, and everyone loves him, and no one would believe all the terrible things that these kids might end up saying. So, I mean, he's got a pretty good cover.
Yeah. One thing I'll say, but let's kind of go into my review of this right away. Yeah. This is 1955, but this feels like something that could be made today, which is really cool when you look at it. It feels like the Coen brothers,
right?
In the 50s. It's very, very dark. There's a lot of dark humor in it.
Which I think was a little too hip for the audience back then, because it didn't do well when it first came out.
Right.
And that's probably where Charles Laughton didn't make another.
This is almost like Psycho before Psycho.
Right.
Like, Psycho couldn't have done what it did if it didn't have this before it. I think Psycho it hit with the audience more as a little bit later, 5 years later. But my one complaint about the movie is it doesn't end the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, that's same.
It has for the first 85% of the movie, it's very dark. Where you're not sure how it's going to end. It could be an ambiguous ending. It could be a bad ending. And then it kind of goes off in kind of a Hollywood ending, which
I'm sure you might have had to have done that.
It's understandable. It's 1955. You don't always,
It's super dark ending.
Right. I wanted the Chinatown ending to this, and they didn't give it to me.
So what was your rating, though?
I'm giving this an 8.8.
Okay.
It's a classic film. I loved watching it. It gave off a really cool sense of it. The style of it was just very cool. Cinematography is great. There's a shot we can talk about. I think you might mention it, but and there's the whole scene with they're on the river and
a lot of cool water
girl
shots.
is singing. That's just that still resonates with me. It would be in the 9 territory if it had a little bit different ending, but 8.8 for me.
I mean, I think if I can jump in there.
Go ahead.
For me, this movie is great. It is, obviously a classic. It's obviously influential. Like Dan said, Psycho couldn't have happened without this. Again, he said, Coen brothers couldn't happen without this. And, I love the Coen brothers. And he was talking about a shot where...
it's the most famous shot.
Yeah, the most famous shot in the movie. And it's underwater and...
Must have been hard to film.
Yeah. Really difficult, in 55. Probably not even super easy now. But it's just this really eerie shot of one of the victims. I won't say more than that. And you just get the movement with the water and the reeds and things like that, and it's just such a beautifully done shot.
And it's a black and white film, but the light plays such a great role in all the water shots.
And the water's so clear, and it really is haunting. And then he was talking about them on the river, and if anyone has played the indie video game Limbo, it looks just like that, where it's just the silhouettes and it's
there's one silhouette at one point
beautiful.
where there's a cowboy in the far distance.
Yeah.
And fun little fact, it's actually like one of those miniature horses and a midget riding it because that's for the distance of it. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And I mean, I'm impressed with Charles Laughton, and it's a shame he never did any more movies because he did a wonderful job with this. And it really is a great classic movie, and I don't have too many faults with it.
I think if you're studying film, I know everyone says you watch Citizen Kane, you watch Maltese Falcon for Noir. This needs to be on the list too. You need to watch
it. That's the thing for me was that I saw this in one of my film classes, and I mean I enjoy the movie. It is a classic movie, and I respect it for that. But I refuse to give it more stars because of that. Yeah. So therefore, I give it a 3 out of 5. It's a good, solid movie. I'll watch it whenever, but I'm not going to say it's one that I'm readily always going to watch. And I don't, like you said, I don't like the ending because it's very much that like kind of Hollywood, like you think in your head how it's going to end, and then when it doesn't happen, you're kind of bummed. So that's partly. But 3 out of 5 stars, maybe a 7 out of 10 transferred to IMDb.
All right, well, Night of the Hunter, you can find it Criterion Collection, online, probably different places. Yeah. Turner Classic Movies might play it every once in a while.
But try to stay tuned. We'll try to do more of these classic movie reviews.
Yeah.
We're Watch It or Don't. Thanks for watching.